They lied to us that life was a competition. But is life really a competition? Every person has a direction where they are heading. But unfortunately, most of us don't take time to clarify their direction. All they want to do is to follow others. You want to run at their speed. You want to drive at their speed. You want to catch up with them. Somehow, they seem to be in so much of a hurry. And without really clarifying where these people are going, you also want to find yourself racing with them. For heaven's sake, who have you been racing with? Who is that person that you've been having as your anchor? Who is that person that you've been taking to be your pace setter? How on earth could you have a pace setter who is not heading in the same direction as you? How on earth will you have a pace setter who does not know you in the first place? Friends, your priorities will define your speed and your direction. Your priorities will define your speed and your direction. So, what are your priorities for today? Your priorities will define your speed, and your priorities will define your direction. How you do anything is going to affect how you do everything. You know what? I always like saying this. You are the president of your destiny. No one owes you anything. No one owes you love. No one owes you peace. No one owes you joy. No one owes you happiness. The only person you are indebted to is yourself. So, how good have you been at guiding you in the direction that you are supposed to be taking? How good and keen have you been at being that lead person, that pace setter in your life? How keen have you been at making sure that you are not blaming anyone for anything that is not happening right in your life? The problem is, we always want to compete with others. Life is not a race. You don't have to compete with anyone. All that matters is, are you heading in the right direction? If you don't know where you're supposed to go, any road is going to lead you there. So for heaven's sake, where are you heading? What is that place that you want to call your destination? What are those things that when you get there, you want to say, these are my results, and you're very, very happy to have found yourself there? You know, on roads, sometimes you find yourself overtaken by someone, and you tell yourself, probably this is not someone who should have overtaken me. And for that reason, you want to race up with them. Probably they could be having a sick patient that they're trying to rush to the hospital. Probably it could be someone who is trying to rush to the airport and catch a flight. Probably it could be someone who is being chased by some individuals that they don't know. And for that reason, they have to really pace up. The question is, who are you racing with? Who is your pace setter? Who is that individual that you've been trying to compete with? What are those results that you've been working so hard to realize in your life? Friend, life is not a competition. I dare you today to challenge yourself to be your own pace setter. I dare you to look for those individuals who are heading in the direction that you'd like to head. And for that reason, you can afford to enjoy the pace that they're moving at. You know what? They tell us to do the great things while they're still small, to do the difficult things while they're still easy, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That first step is always going to be in your mind. That first step all starts by you clarifying exactly what you want out of your day, what you want out of your week, what you want out of your month. And for that reason, once you've clarified, mind your own business. Quit blame game. Quit blame game. It's not about the things that happened unto you, but it's about the kind of choices that you're making every single day. You know what? God has given you the prerogative to choose the kind of life that you're going to have here on earth. He has given you the prerogative to choose the path, to choose the direction, to choose the kind of things that you really want to attract to your life. It's not just about picking what everyone else has picked, but it's about walking that path. Sometimes that path might be very lonely. Sometimes it could be a path that no one else is willing to take, but it's a path that is going to get you there. Your priorities are going to define your speed. Your priorities are going to define your direction. Is it too late to get married? I'm at 40. I'm at 50. Is it too late for me to start that business? Is it too late for me to get into that venture? No. It's not too late. They tell us that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And you know what? There's time and season for everything under the sun. The choice here is in your hands. If you try to compare yourself on their abilities, then you're going to spend the rest of your life feeling and thinking as if you are not good enough. How about you clarifying your path? How about you accepting yourself the way you are? How about you owning up? What you call self-regard, and to tell yourself it's not so much about who they are, it's not so much about the expectations about me, but it's about my expectations about myself. So what expectations do you have about yourself? Friend, from this day henceforth, you can clarify that path. You don't have to keep staring at the side mirror, who is just about to overtake you, who is on your right-hand side, who is on your left-hand side. Mind your own business. You know what? Where they are going might not be exactly where they are going. There are those individuals who accomplished greatness at the age of 20. There are others who did it at the age of 50. Others have even become presidents at the age of 75. Never write yourself off on account of time. They tell us time and tide waits for no man. But the most fortunate thing is that time has been placed in your hands. You are the one to choose exactly what to do with it. Some people have denied themselves. They don't have self-regard, and on that account, they want even to commit suicide. They want to do all manner of things against themselves. Why? Because they feel as if they are late in life. It's never too late. It's never too late to dream right. It's never too late to discover exactly what you're supposed to stand for in life. It's never too late to start that business. It's never too late to resign from that employment. If you feel there's something greater that you ought to be doing with your life, it's never too late to get into that relationship that is going to lead into marriage. It's not too late. It's never too late for you to live the life that God created you to live. It's never too late. So, who have you been competing with? Friend, I'm here to tell us this day that you don't have to compete with anyone. Design and define your own path. Get into that path. Do everything that ought to be done in order for you to get there. Never allow yourself to run on account of impatience. Impatience is always going to cause you to miss the mark. Impatience is always going to cause you to feel as if you don't belong to where you are supposed to be. Impatience is going to deny you excellence. Excellence is all about guiding you to learn and grow daily. That the version that you portrayed to the world yesterday is not the same version that you're going to portray today. Today, you're pushing yourself a level higher. You're pushing yourself a level higher in order for you to become who you are supposed to be. Friend, I come to you again with this question. Who have you been competing with? Who have you been racing with? This is not a race. This is a marathon. This is not necessarily a marathon. This is a path that you are supposed to take. Where there is a will, there is a way. They tell us this: if you can't do what you will, then will what you can do. Friend, may this be that great day that you're going to look at self and say, indeed, I started that path. Indeed, I started that great thought. Indeed, I defined who I am, and I defined the path that I'm supposed to be taking. And today I'm living that life that I ought to be living. From today, you can make up your mind not to become an IDP under your own skin, internally displaced person. Mind your own business. Create the direction that you want to head to. Come up with the speed that is supposed to get you there. Mind your own business. Stop racing with anyone. Define your direction, and everything else is going to fall in place. For LSR Forum, this is your friend and brother TJoe. Let's meet up again this tomorrow and the days ahead in order for us to challenge ourselves to become a greater version of ourselves. Thank you.